Hey, good morning. I hope you're well. Um, Today I'm going to talk about rituals and routines. And I've touched on these briefly before. Um, but yeah, I'm going to go into a bit more in depth on them. Now, um, rituals and routines have been throughout history something that we as humans have done to a greater or lesser extent. When we look at monks, for almost 2,500 years, rituals and routines govern their whole day. It is said that you can tell what time of day it is um, by the particular routine or ritual that a monk is performing at that moment in time. But then when you look at ourselves, the same thing applies, right? We have rituals and routines that govern our day-to-day habits. Depending on where you live in the world, and you particularly live in a Western economy, then our days are defined by doing specific things. We'll get up, um, you know, brush our teeth, wash, get changed, go to work or school or whatever it is that we need to do. But then when you take it another step further, when you look at people who've achieved a level of personal success in their lives, they have taken the idea of rituals and routines to another level. Now, it's not like they're robots, but what they've learned is when you look at across industries, across genres, when you look at musicians, when you look at artists, you'll see that actually the route to their level of personal achievement has been to, create rules and rituals and routines that work for them. So my advice really on this chat is not to say, look, here's a set of rituals and routines for you to follow. You need to figure what that out is for yourself. For example, some years ago, I'd adopted a morning well-being routine and ritual now that it adapts, it changes as things and life circumstances change, as we move from place to place. But by and large, it's a ritual. That is to say, the first thing in the morning, what I'm going to do is focus on my well-being. It's not going online, it's not being productive, it's not answering emails, it's not looking at social media or YouTube or anything like that. It's about saying, what actually can I do to make sure that as much as possible, because obviously things will pop up during the day that I'm not aware of or can't account for in advance, but as much as possible, what can I do to prioritize my well-being? And yes, I do yoga, I do journaling, I do some breath work, and a few other things. And I'm not saying you should do those sets of things. I'm saying you should find your set of things. I swim if I can, but I'm not always don't have access to water, whether it be a swimming pool or a sea. So sometimes I go on my bike, sometimes I go for a walk. I might read a poem or whatever it is, but it's prioritizing my well-being, prioritizing myself before anybody else comes in. I get up early because I'm a father to two young boys who will invariably and rightly so, need me at some point in the morning as part of their proceedings. And as much as I'm trying to and making them learn to be independent, they're always going to need something from me. So getting up early is my way of saying, not only am I prioritizing my well-being, I'm going to make sure there are no interruptions from my family, no interruptions from email or colleagues or anything else or anyone else that might demand something of my time. So here it is. Are you going to prioritize your well-being at the start of the day? Is it easy? No. It's taken me a while to get to where I am right now. I spend an hour and a half to an hour and a half at the start of every day. Every single day. I get up at the same time every single day. And my well-being is first. So I have tons of resources, like a ridiculous amount. I've said this before to those of you that have watched it in my videos. So If you're stuck, where to start, hit me up and I can share some resources with you. But the most important thing is, as usual, what I say, there's nothing more important than your well-being. So what are you going to do about prioritizing it? All right, bless and one love, peace.